In this podcast episode, the hosts engage in a detailed conversation with Dr. Hal Puthoff, a quantum physicist with a background in intelligence agencies, and Dan, a documentary producer focused on UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomena. They explore the existence of non-human intelligent life, alleged government cover-ups, technological breakthroughs, and ongoing disclosure efforts. The discussion spans classified government programs, whistleblower testimonies, the scientific underpinnings of the reported phenomena, and the cultural and political factors influencing public knowledge about these topics. Dan explains that his interest in UAPs started in childhood and developed through extensive research and interviews with high-level intelligence and military officials. He details an ongoing 80-year cover-up by elements within the U.S. government hiding evidence of non-human intelligent life. This secrecy, originating with incidents like the 1947 Roswell crash, was motivated by fears of public panic and strategic concerns during the Cold War, especially regarding technological races with adversarial nations such as China and Russia. Disclosure efforts gained unprecedented momentum following Dan's documentary, culminating in a directive by President Trump for federal agencies to declassify evidence related to UAPs and non-human life. Initial tranches of this information have been released, though many files remain classified and federal agencies still resist full transparency. Dr. Hal Puthoff shares his background as a quantum physicist who has worked with the NSA, CIA, and served as chief science advisor to space entrepreneur Robert Bigelow. His technical expertise was drawn upon to investigate UAP phenomena, particularly after the DIA initiated studies into these anomalies. Puthoff describes involvement with various intelligence programs, including one called OAP, launched in 2008 to examine UAPs systematically, which faced pushback from a shadowy legacy program operating since the 1940s. This hidden program resisted investigations and eventually caused the OAP to lose funding in 2010. Hal's technical work includes analyzing the extraordinary physics behind UAP maneuvers, which appear to manipulate spacetime metrics and general relativity effects, far beyond current human engineering capabilities. Both guests articulate firm beliefs in the existence of UAPs as genuine phenomena and non-human intelligent life forms. Dan cites multiple testimonials from former government officials and military personnel who state unequivocally that crashed UAPs have been recovered, often containing non-human bodies. Notably, Jay Stratton, an ex-director of a large U.S. government UAP task force, claims to have personally seen both UAP crafts and non-human beings. While full classified details remain undisclosed, whistleblowers continue to risk careers and personal safety to share fragments of this reality. The presence of these entities is reported not just in aerial encounters, but also underwater and in space, often near nuclear weapons facilities, where UAP activity is frequent enough to pose serious national security concerns. Hal Puthoff offers a scientific perspective on the technology behind UAPs, emphasizing their apparent mastery over space-time manipulation. Through engineered warp bubbles, these craft could circumvent conventional physics constraints, such as the speed of light and drag forces, enabling them to operate transmedium, seamlessly moving between air, space, and water without the expected physical consequences. This vibrational and energetic bubble isolates the craft from the environment, allowing extreme maneuvers like hypersonic speed and instantaneous altitude changes. While the underlying theory aligns with Einsteinian relativity and quantum mechanics, humanity currently lacks the material science and engineering know-how to replicate such technology. The episode delves into the CIA's previously secret Stargate project, an intelligence program investigating remote viewing and alleged psychic ability to gather information about distant or unseen targets. Hal, who was involved in this program, details experiments where trained individuals accurately described remote locations and predicted future events, including locating a crashed Soviet plane in Africa. Despite initial skepticism, the scientific rigor and operational successes of remote viewing forced intelligence agencies to take it seriously for over 2 decades. Hal recounts experiments proving that psychic influence could affect highly shielded quantum devices, challenging conventional assumptions about consciousness and information transfer. Although Stargate has been declassified and publicized, the hosts suggest that related research likely continues covertly within classified programs. The discussion acknowledges the deep cultural stigma surrounding UAPs and extraterrestrial life, partially engineered by early government disinformation campaigns to discredit the subject and protect secrecy. Until recently, this stigma has prevented serious scientific inquiry and discouraged credible witnesses from coming forward. Politically, disclosure has been hampered by bureaucratic gatekeeping by entrenched elements in the CIA, Air Force, Department of Energy, and defense contractors, collectively dubbed the Legacy Program. Even presidents have historically been kept in the dark due to the compartmentalized and secretive nature of these programs. The current efforts to declassify and disclose are complicated by institutional resistance, fears about revealing technology to adversaries, and concerns about societal readiness. Following President Trump's directive in February, the government released an initial batch of files, including images and videos of UAP encounters. Among the most significant pieces is a photograph from the Apollo 16 mission displaying a triangular-shaped craft near the lunar module, verified as authentic by the UAP task force. However, insiders say this first release represents only a small fraction of existing evidence. Internal surveys found many agencies uncooperative or slow to deliver classified material. The security apparatus involved continues to resist full disclosure, though the administration works with trusted insiders like Jay Stratton to locate and assess the evidence for possible future release. The hosts and guests reflect on how the general public and scientific community view UAPs and extraterrestrial life. Polls reveal that a significant portion of Americans believe in intelligent life beyond Earth, yet mainstream science remains skeptical, partly due to lack of access to classified data. The absence of clear, high-definition, publicly available videos fuels skepticism, despite numerous credible military sightings often captured by advanced sensor technology. The blurred or distorted quality of videos is explained by the speculative physics of warp bubbles that disrupt standard imaging. NASA's official statements tend toward dismissiveness, which some interpret as influenced by bureaucratic constraints or incomplete information. Elon Musk's public skepticism is discussed as possibly being shaped by the compartmentalized nature of space operations and secrecy protocols. The conversation touches on the broader implications that confirmed extraterrestrial or non-human intelligent life could have on humanity's worldview, culture, and religion. They speculate that evidence of life beyond Earth might lead to technological revolutions, including breakthroughs in energy and propulsion, while also challenging religious doctrines. The Catholic Church has already issued statements embracing the possibility of extraterrestrial life as compatible with spirituality. Both Dan and Hal identify openly as believers in God, viewing a universe teeming with life as a reflection of a vast divine creation. The revelation of such life could help unify humanity by shifting perspectives away from petty conflicts toward a shared existence in a populated cosmos. Hal and Dan share serious concerns about the risks faced by insiders who share classified information. Many whistleblowers have suffered career setbacks, loss of security clearances, or threats to personal safety. Some refuse to appear on camera, fearing retribution that could cost them their lives. The entrenched Legacy Program is implicated in actively protecting secrecy and deterring leaks. The White House and intelligence community have recently been trying to assure potential whistleblowers of their safety in cooperating with disclosure efforts, signaling a strategic shift toward greater transparency, albeit gradual and controlled. The guests express cautious optimism about ongoing disclosure efforts, suggesting that further tranches of classified information will be released in the coming months. They anticipate that a future sitting president may one day formally acknowledge to the world the reality of non-human intelligent life. Until then, they emphasize the importance of sustained public engagement, rigorous investigation, and overcoming bureaucratic inertia. The podcast concludes by highlighting the bipartisan nature of the UAP issue in Washington, D.C., framing it as potentially the most significant and unifying topic in current geopolitical discourse.